Good evening, everyone. Right, we are still continuing with our discussions on perspective. Like I said, we are going to touch a question from paper 1, a question from paper 2 in terms of our revision exercise. Yesterday, we looked at one perspective question. Today, we are also going to look at another perspective question, which is from paper 1. Then tomorrow, we touch on paper 2, right, in terms of any particular question that we can look at. Right, remember we said that we are going to reserve our Saturdays for a long question, which is either question number 4, paper 1, or question number 4, paper 2. Right, and in between, we are just going to alternate between paper 1 and paper 2 with regards to the other questions. Right, so today our task is on perspective. Right, it's a revision exercise from a past exam paper. Like I said, it's question 3 of paper 1. Right, we are looking at approaches and application. As always, right, let's look at these important words. I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. Right, the thrust is to make sure that you are able to do it in order to understand it. So let's pay attention and enjoy the lesson. Right, so this is where we are today. Right, we have got this exercise. Right, the question reads, question number 3, perspective, given 3 views of a building and the information needed to draw a 2-point perspective drawing. We are given the picture plane, right, which is this line, that's our picture plane. We are given the horizon line, right, which is here. And we are also given the ground line and the station point. The station point, like we know, it can also be referred to as a spectator spot. Right, what are the instructions like? Complete the perspective drawing, align the drawing paper with the ground line. Right, so we have already done that. That is the alignment of with the ground line. Right, determine and label the vanishing points. We shall look at that. And no interior detail is required. No hidden detail is required. Okay. Now, like we did yesterday, because I want you to link to what we did yesterday and with what we are going to do today. Right, when you are looking at the establishment of the vanishing point, right, you take your set square, you check which angle is in line or parallel to the side like that. And we can see here is the 30-degree angle. Let me just push this one slightly. Right. Then the first thing that you would need to do is to establish a line. Right. You can draw like that. Then you take this one down. I'm just making it slightly dark so that you are able to see. There you go. Right. Now, this point here, right, it's our right vanishing point. So you would write right vanishing point. Right, already you have got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are the 2 marks which would be for the construction. Then as long as this one is drawn at 30 degrees like that, the other one automatically is drawn at 60 degrees. So you draw a line like that to cut the picture plane. Then you take it down. So these are the constructions which need to be shown. Then we label left vanishing point. That's a mark as well. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So of the 6 marks which I indicated, you now have got 4 marks. Right. The next thing that you would want to check is there any part, right? Any part of the drawing with regards to the top view, which is touching the picture plane, right? If you check, you have got this point, right? So we take it down like this. And we also have got this point, we take it down like that. Now, what it means basically is that this is the true point, this is the true point. The moment you get a true point, you need to connect that to the left vanishing point and the right vanishing point. Right, you may connect to both points, but in some cases, because we are not going to be able to show the hidden details, that won't be necessary. Like that. Right. So this one can be referred to as a height line. It's a line of reference with regards to the heights. The same applies with this one. It is also our height line. Right. Once you have that, you can also take this height from the views, you project it like that to the two vanishing points. Like that. Right. So what we would get is if we connect with this point, we would get the side going this side. If we connect with that point, we would get the ultimate side going this side. Right, so let's start with this one from the SP. Like this. Take that. Right, you relate it to the other vanishing point as always. Once you have established those points, right, I always urge you to make sure any detail that is defined should be outlined. So we can come here and outline from here to there. Right, we can also do the same from here to there. Right, this is the given information. We also can outline from here to there. Like that. So that is the part from here to there as well as to there. Right, let's get hold of that point as well. I will reserve this for the outlines. Connect with the SP. Remember, the SP is representing you as the observer looking at the object, the three views of the object, such that you end up defining a three-dimensional view. Right, so from this point to that point, right, is the same as this. Right, so we can outline that one as well. It's not going to change, but only the bottom part. Like this. Right, now we can get hold of this corner, okay, or get hold of that one. Right, once you have gotten hold of this or that, you'll find that we will be able to get some other details in position. Take that. Bring it down. So the distance from here to there, which is the same from here to there. Right. The moment we create that point, we take it to the left vanishing point, like that. On that line that we have drawn, we get hold of this point so that we create that 10. Right. So from the SP, like that. Take it down. We have got this point. The moment we get that, we take it to the right vanishing point and drag it slightly backwards. But on this line, which has been dragged backwards, that's where we are able to get to this point. Like that. So we need to extend this. We get to this point, then we take it to the left vanishing point. Like this. Now, if you check the details from here to there, in terms of the part from here to there, with regards to the walls, right, it's not touching the lower part, so we can outline this from here to there. Like that. We can also outline from here to there. There is no door that side. All right. The same applies. We can also come here and outline this. There you go. Right, so we have created the platform. What we can also define is this vertical line. Right, so from here to there. Now, to just verify whether our constructions are correct, you need that understanding. Right, so if we get hold of this point, it should give us that. So let's look at this. Connect with the SP, then we take it down. There you go. We have got that point, which is here, okay? So we can outline. Like that. Right, we are not going to connect from here to there because there is a door opening. Right, we'll wait for that detail. Right, so in terms of the picture, right, as to how, right, the lower part of our building would look like it's now in position. Now, what we need to do now is to go up there and define the roof, okay? But let me just take this one slightly down so that we see the full extent of the roof. So here, the part of the roof is not touching the picture plane. So what we can do, we can force this one to touch the picture plane as long as a part is not touching the picture plane. This is what you need to do, right? Force it to touch the picture plane, then establish the true height, which we can take from here or from there. So this is the true height, right, from the ground, okay? Now, we projected or we forced this one to touch the picture plane from left to right. So what we can do also, would need to connect it to the left vanishing point. like not that line, sorry. Maybe let me just erase it so that you won't get confused. Right, it happens. All right, so we need this connection from here to there, like that, okay? So this is a perspective height or the perspective line, which is defining this line from here to there. So if we want to get hold of this point, we locate it here. If we want to get hold of this point, we locate it there. If we want to get hold of this other point also, we locate it there. All right, so I'm going to do this. Right, from the SP, take it down. So this is the point that we want, okay? This point is that point, which is the same as that point, which is the same as that point as well. Right, then if we need the other one, right, we connect again with the SP, right, where it hits the chimney. We do this, and we take it down, like that. We have got this point, right. Now, let's also connect to get to the other end in case it will be visible. This. We have got that. In between, there is a chimney there. All right, okay. But what it means is that this part from here to there, which is from here to there, that can easily be defined. So we are going to outline. It's not going to change like that. Now, what we want also is this point and that point, which is this lower point, which is also that, which is the same as that. Right. So if we force this one right like that, take it down, establish the true height, we should be able to get those points as well. So from here, like this. Project the actual height, you get it here. But force this one, take it down, you get it there. But then take it to the right vanishing point. Oh, right, it's in line with this line already, okay? Right, so what we need to do is to basically take this point, right, from the SP, which is already there, like this, which is already there, then we take it down, right, then we locate it on this line, which is that point. The other one, right, it's already there again, then we also locate it on this line. Was there too fast? That's like this, because it should overlap and create an eve, like that, okay, which is this point. Let's do the same, but it's not necessarily in line with that point. So project from here, we have got that. We have got that. We have got this point like this. But, so what we have, this point is that point, this point, if we take it down, is that point. This one, we've already gotten it there, okay? So we can connect this one to the right. We can see there's already an overlap which is there, right? We are not going to change anything with regards to this, so we can as well outline. But where you are not sure, do not outline, right? Do not outline. I'm going to outline from here to there. I'm not going to outline here. I'm not going to outline there. There is additional detail that is required. Let me take this one slightly up. Push this one slightly to the right. Okay. We also have got this detail, right, which is the ridge line, just like this one. But as you can see, this is slightly lower. Right. So what we need to do in order to get that detail, we force this one to hit the picture plane like that. Then we take it down like that. We've established the true height, which is this point. This is the true height from the ground to there. But then we need to create the perspective height from there. Like that. That is the perspective height. That's where we are able to locate, right, this point and that point. So let's do that from here. Take this one down. So there is the point that we want. But we do the same for this other one. From the SP, slightly. Take it. Like that. Then we locate this point. So the distance from here to there, right, which is the same as from here to there, that also can be defined and outlined. It's not going to change. So we are going to outline from here to there, okay? Now, we need this point and that point, right? But first of all, we can establish this one, all right? This point, which is in line with that one. So we connect with this point. So this point is connected to that. We have got that point which is here, which is connected from here to there. So what we can do, we can also define this. Like that. Right. So if we project this point to the left vanishing point, we can also get to this point and that point because they are in line. I'll do this. Take that. And that. Right. So we have this, which is that, and we have got this one, which is that. Right. Okay. Right. And these points are connected. This one and that one, they are connected to the apex point or the ridge line, which is like this. And like that as well. Okay. Right. Still, this is our wall. This is our wall as well. This point is connected to there, which is from here to there, and it's also connected to this point and that point. This is connected to that, which is that point. So you find that we basically are building up our wall and our roof as well. So we can outline from here to there. But we can outline from this point, right, all the way to there because it's along the horizon line. It's going to be just one line. So we can outline from here to there. Like that. Right. Then the other one is from here to there. This. So it's slowly taking shape. But every detail that you cannot define, do not do it. Wait up until you get all the relevant information, then you can work on that. There's nothing that would stop us from outlining this from here to there, right? The same applies with this line from here to there, right? Then also from here to there, because it's hitting the roof like that. The same applies with this one from here to there, okay, like that. Slowly taking shape. The other detail that we require, right, is for us to enable us to be able to outline this line. So what we need to do, right, from either this point, right, from either this point, right, and we force this point all the way, right, like that. Then we project the true height, so which is this one. Take it like this. We have got this particular height, right? So forcing this one all the way, we should be able to get this point and that point where there is contact between the wall and the roof, right? It will be pronounced, especially this side. That's where we'll be able to see it clearly, right? So if we force this one like that, take it down, project the true height, then take it to the right vanishing point like this. We get a point like that. So that is the extent of the wall, right? Which will be in contact with the roof, right? Then we also need this part, right? Which we'll be able to see in terms of the overlap of the roof. Right, we take this one there. We bring it down to hit the roof, which is this part, like that. Then we connect with the established point that we have for the wall, like this. Now, we now know and we are able now to see the extent of the roof overhang. So from here to there, Right, we can also now outline from here to there. There you go. The rest now, in terms of that part of the roof, can be defined as an overhang, which means from here to there. If you want to be artistic, all right, we can also show this, just to bring a bit of life to our drawing. So that is the underside of the roof. Right, that is the underside of the roof. The other part would also come in contact with this one, but it's not visible. It's close by the roof itself. Okay. The next thing that we want, we can also try now to define the chimney, which is this one. Okay. Right. We do the same thing. Right. Let's force this one. Let's force this side to hit the picture plane like that. And we take it down like this. Right. We establish the true height, which is this one, like that. We connect it to the right vanishing point. Right. On this line, we should be able to get this point and that point. Let's do that. Which is this one, which is the same as the line which is there. So this point is there, which is this, going downwards. Right, and the line from here to there, right, is there as well. Just a moment, sorry. Right, sorry about that. Right, okay. So we forced this line all the way, right? Then we took it down, align it with the true height, then we took it to the vanishing point, then we connect with this point, take it down. There is the point that we want. We connect with this one. We now need to project this one down, right, in line with that, where it hits the picture plane. We take it down like that. Right, so the part of the chimney that we want is from this point to that point. That can be outlined. It's not going to change. So it's from here to there. It's like that. There's nothing that would change because this is the ridge line and this part is from here to there. If we're looking at this from here to there, we are not going to see the end part, so we can also outline that like that. Right, but we cannot define this one as yet. Right, so what we need to do is to connect this point to the other vanishing point. Remember, each point that we have defined should be connected to the true vanishing point. There's already a line going to the right vanishing point. There should be a line from this going to the left vanishing point. Once we've done that, we can get hold of that. This. take it down. It will be this point, which is here. Right. So what it means from here to there, right? We can outline that part. Remember, you create a lot of lines, so it's very important or of great importance that you see where you are going and you also see where you are coming from in terms of all the details that you are defining. But let's see if we would be able to see this, right? Right, which was this one, and that point should also be connected to this one, which is located here. Right, sometimes you may be able to see certain details. So let's get hold of this. This point. We have this. Right. Yes, it will be partly be visible, which is the same line like that. Now, the other point that we want is this one, okay? So we force this one again like this, right? Because that's the point. Then we get hold of that point. So if we force it like this, we get this point, which is here. Take it to the vanishing point, like that. There's some way it is going to meet with this line now, which is coming from there. But the moment it meets that, we take it to the left vanishing point, like this, like that. Now, it would also meet this other one here. So the other side, it will be here, but here is there, okay? But, and as you can see from here to there, but there should be a connection, right, linking that in order to create the floor of the roof. So we are going to do this. Outline from here to there, and also outline to a point where it is visible, just from here to there. Then we connect with the left vanishing point. We would have something like this, okay? Then we connect this point to there. Start always with the construction line. There you go. So we have got now, in terms of our diagram, we have got the chimney, which is above the ridge line being visible. Then we also can see just part of, right here, just part of the other end of the roof. So from here to there, this is visible. Right, we are not going to see the end part because it's inside, okay. So we now have got our chimney, right, which is that part. What we can do also, we can come here, just show a bit of rendering. Remember, all this, you don't need to do it in an exam. I'm simply showing you so that you are able to see. At the end of the day, if you are to show it, do not mess around with the construction lines, because the examiners, they want to see those construction lines as to how you were able to establish. Those are the approaches and the applications that we are talking about. So the roof now is in position. right? So if you are looking at the roof, right, you might find that it's 8.5. You've got 1, 2, right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right, 13, right? This could also be 14, right? This could also be 15 in terms of the roof itself, and that one which is 16, right? And also the other detail which you would find that in terms of allocation of marks, right? If there's a certain part which is difficult to construct and define, they may end up giving you a complete mark, okay? But now our roof is in position, right? The next thing that we want to look at, right, is the establishment of this door here, okay? Right, now the trick is, right, if you have got a detail which is seen in 2 points, rather than drawing this and establish a point, you would do this, okay? Force this one, you force it to hit a picture plane like that, you take it down, like that, look for the true height, which is here, like this, then you take it to the left vanishing point because we dragged it from left to right. We take it like this. So on this line that we have drawn, but that's where we are able to locate this point and that point. So we connect now with the SP. We connect with the SP. You do the same for the lower part. We connect with the SP as well. Like that. Let me just define this picture plane line. You get to this point. Take it up like this. You do the same, which is that point. You take it up like that. Right. So from here to there, to there, and there, that is the definition of the door opening. But we need now to define it. So we take this one. From here to there. That's like that. You do the same. This point to that point. Okay. We can now connect with this. Like that. Take it to the right vanishing point. Like that. Take this one. There you go. Right. So you now have got the definition of the inner part in terms of the thickness of the wall, right? Which again we can come here and just show by way of graphics. Let's show that. That is the inner thickness of the wall. Right. They say no interior detail is required, but otherwise, if it was required, okay, you would force this one. But maybe let's just do it so that if it is required, this is what you would need to do. Right, you would force this like that, take it to the picture plane, then you take it down, right, to the actual height that is required, which is here. Then you take it now to the right vanishing point like this. If we are able to see any detail through that from here, right, that would constitute the interior detail, okay? So if it was required, we would outline, that would outline from here to there, right, just through the opening. That would be the lower part of the floor, right, and this would be the wall going upwards. That is the interior detail, right. Now we also have got this opening, which is circular like that, right. You can divide this one into, for the circular part, into 6 equal parts like this. And 3, okay? Right, we need the same points here, right? At this point, it's either you can take your canvas like this and draw a semicircle, like that. Then you also divide the semicircle into 6 equal parts, like that. You mark. You mark. You do the same standing here. You mark like this. So I would have this point as 0.0. That's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and 0, like this. Once we have gotten that, we direct these ones to the wall, like that. That's 1, that's 2, that's 2, that's 1. Exactly, that's 1 like that. All right. Now, let's force this wall to hit the picture plane so that we get the height line. We force it like this. Right. From here, we project like that. So on this line, which is our height line, but on this line, which is our height line, we now can start with point number 0, which is exactly there. So we can actually label here, this is point 0. We force it from right to left. So we are going to draw lines to the right vanishing points from point 0, which is there, like this. Right. On this line, we can get hold of this point 0 and point 0. Okay, let's do that. From the SD, that's like that. We do the same from this end. Like that, we get to this one. So A is our point 0. This one will also be our point 0. Let's just bring this one down. So we now have got point 0 and point 0 there, right, in terms of our location. The moment we have got this point 0, we connect it to the right vanishing point. We shall use it later on. Like that. Then we now need point 1 and also point 1 this side. Take it down like this. That's where we are going to locate point 1. But before we do that, you need to take this one to the height line. Then you label it as point 1. Point 1 is then connected to the right vanishing point. Like this. So the point that we want is this one, which is for point 1. Okay. So that's our point 1, which is here 0, 1. But then we need another point 1 from here. We do this. We connect like this. We bring this one down. Almost like point 0, slightly. Like that. We have got point 1 as well. Let me just write. At the moment we have got point 1 this side, you take it to the right vanishing point, to the left vanishing point, like that. We shall need that. Then we need point 2, which is this point 2 and point 2. Like that. This, like that. Take this one down. We shall use it. Also take this one down. But before you do that, you need to establish the true height of point 2, where we are going to write here, that's point 2, and it should be now taken to the right vanishing point, like this. This would meet point 2 there. So we have got point 2, and the other point 2 is here, which is there. We have got point 2 as well. The moment we have got the inner point 2, let's connect it to the vanishing point, which is the left vanishing point, like that. But last but not least is to establish point number 3. Let's start by projecting it from here. We get the true height, which is the point number 3. Then we take it to the right vanishing point. Like that. Then we connect with the true or the point number 3, which is here. We connect with this, take it down. Which is point number 3, which is here. We label that. We need this point number 3 again to be taken to the left vanishing point for reference. So we do it, even though we are not going to see everything. But we have got this. We can connect this like that. So this is the lower part. Then we have got that connection. Once we have done that, we can outline. Like this. Then we can also define this 0, 0. Like that. So the next thing is to get hold of the inner 0, the inner 1, the inner 2, and the inner 3. Right, and these would come and be connected to these lines that we've already projected going that side. Let's start with the 0. Like this. So many lines. But with drawing, you should be able to see what other people don't see. That is what is critical. So we do this, then we establish this point. But the moment we establish that, we take it to the other vanishing point, like this. Then we draw a line like that. Right. You'll find that we would have created, there's a line already to the left vanishing point, like that. Then you have got this line to the right vanishing point, like that. Then we go to 1. The inner 1, connect with the SP. Like that. Let me also do for 2. Let me also do for 3. Yes. But this is for 3. Which will be here. Then this is for 2, which will be here. Then last one is for 1, which will be here. So we have got 1, 2, and 3. But we connect this one faintly. And it is taken down to 0 like that. And you can outline like that. So you have got the inner part with regards to, right. Just like we did, we can also show a bit of graphics here, but make sure that it's not interfering with the constructions that you did. Right, there you go. Right, we are just left with this part, which is on the outside. Right, okay. Right, let's take this one all the way, take it down. Right, take it down like that. Then we bring this. This is the true height. We bring also this one. That is the true height. And this should be taken to the vanishing points. So then, and this one also. Right, it's already there. Then we get hold of this point and that point. Take that. Then also this one. Take that. We bring this one down. And turn down as well. It's a detail which is in line with the roof. So we have got this part and that part. We have got this and that. This can be outlined. Right, we can outline this just by reference. Take this one and also do the same. Take this corner to the left vanishing point. Like that. Then get hold of the inner wall. Connect like this. Take this one down like that. We have got to this point. The moment we get to that, we will fade to the right vanishing point. Like that. Outline this. Take this one like that. Then define the outline in terms of going up like that. Just like we did, we have got this as the wall thickness, right, and also this one is the wall thickness like that. There you go, right? You have got your complete diagram in terms of the two-point perspective, right, which is representative of these views, the top view, the side view, and the right view, okay, which could be also the front view. Right, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this lesson as much as I did. Right, so when we meet again tomorrow, we are going to look at another aspect of paper 2 now. Right, we had 2 aspects of perspective in paper 1, yesterday's lesson, as well as today's lesson. Right, so when we meet, we look now at another aspect of paper 2. Thank you and good night.